now listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session at the Nasty Table.
Permanent 1d6 loss of luck.
This could be very useful.
God, is it worth walkie-talkies?
You're gonna lose 2d6.
Yeah, but he's gonna roll 2 1s.
You guys see a black cat run across the fucking road. Roll sanity for me. Oh, you're rolling for it?
Can I roll human in?
Something's off, but you can't put your finger on it.
Did they egg you on? Were any of them
No,
funny that night?
no. You guys ask me where my friends went. I don't know where my friends went. They have siblings. I don't know.
I don't give a rat's ass about how you're feeling.
Three old wise men. The
I
flame.
bow.
Are you asking for specifics in their murders, or would you just like me to confirm that the answer is murder?
He's kind of.
I'm serious.
No, it wasn't
Like,
your
I would
cousin, it
like
was another
go to
kid
their
that were-
house
Well, no, he kind of is.
and play
Well, they're just
like one of my old
interesting, they're
songs, and
Fucking
it
wild.
just wouldn't shake the house. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to shake the house when I made the song, but now I want to shake the house.
Yeah, and that's
So
like the
today-
realm of music you're in.
Yeah,
that,
right?
That style.
Exactly.
Like, fuck it.
So when I took
cut it.
it over today, it shook that fucking house. It was
You shaking houses?
yeah.
We go out there with like a couple hammers and shit.
Couple hammers, we just shaking some houses.
That's what I was thinking.
Skrillex just dropped 2 albums, dude.
Are you talking about Will's house?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all.
Those
Han
speakers are
is
sick.
fucking crazy.
I know.
He's a
right?
madman.
Yeah.
He is a madman.
Yeah, but every time I would play one of my songs at their house, I couldn't shake the house with my songs.
I couldn't
Like it wouldn't hit the right frequencies to shake the fucking house. Today, I sound designed a whole song by myself with that intention, and it shook the fucking.
You were
house.
having, those 808s fart.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
They were
Bitch, make those
itchy.
808s fart.
Pretty much.
Farting in harmony.
You guys want to play some Delta Green?
Yeah. Yo,
Kinda
Justin
feeling
never got his thing? Are you kidding me?
No, I forgot to bring it.
You fucking
That was on me.
suck.
So, I apologize that we took the week off. I know everybody was dying to play. I know it. I know you were
No,
banging
I
down my
wasn't.
doors to play.
I
But
was just
We
sad.
took a week off and we suffered a crippling loss because of
I don't
it.
want to talk about it.
We
We're not going
did.
to talk about it. 2 first-round picks. Pick number 10. So, if I could please have a recap, and if you guys want to recap the last 2 sessions that we played, I would probably put you in a right frame of mind.
Something happened.
What's going on with the kid?
Caleb?
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know, I think, and Roy thinks as well that no specific event triggered it, but maybe just the recollection of an event during said investigation.
At what point, and because you've been a sergeant for a while, at what point do you suggest to your subordinates to take up psych eval?
I like to think that the relationship with Roy and Caleb is... Roy knows that Caleb has his quirks, but Caleb is definitely getting significantly close to that line of, okay, we really need to address this.
Because, there were situations where Caleb was like, I'm just drumming on the steering wheel, and Roy asks, the DM, have I ever seen him do this before? And Caleb said no.
It was no. That's
Yeah.
right.
So there's definitely, some red flags going on in there, and whether or not that's even your responsibility to overtake his mental evaluation as a law enforcement superior, it's really up to you to decide.
Yeah.
What's going on? What the fuck is the deal? Delta Green's supposed to be about spooky monsters. Where are the spooky monsters?
One's dead.
No, humans are not the greatest monsters of all. I fucking hate that. I hate when people say, oh, humans are the greatest monsters are monsters. Spooky monsters. Where are the spooky monsters, Mike Finn? Delta Green's about hunting ghosts and killing Bigfoot.
Joe didn't give us scary monsters.
We could still turn this thing completely around and then just go hunt Bigfoot for the rest of the campaign.
We could all, as characters, come up with some crazy group conspiracy so hard that he has no choice but to just feed off of it. There are aliens. Holy shit, we were right.
I woke up, my trailer was turned 90 degrees. It was just totally turned 90 degrees.
my god! I went to bed and the toilet seat was down, and when I woke up, it was up. Who could have done that? It's aliens. I told you.
I'm telling you.
Are you disappointed that there's no spooky monsters?
No, I like. I mean, I said this before, but I think at least how you're introducing me to the game, I like how like conversational this is. So that makes it kind of way less relevant if there's monsters or not. It's just the fact that it's conversation, you know.
It's a lot of people skills.
Yeah.
Human intelligence, finding people, seeing what makes them tick, making connections, solving a case.
I mean, you can like sub in a goblin and a tiefling,
Bugbear.
having the same conversations with accents, and it's still the same. You know, if you make it.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I love about tabletop is because at the end of the day, it's me riffing off of you, riffing off of me, and just running it like that. And whether that takes place over a conversation with, you know, a pedophile and a police officer, or a, you know, dragon and a fucking ranger, you know, it's the same shit. It's just got a different coat of paint on it. Speaking about solving cases, let's just say that if at any point Caleb O'Connor or any of our other detectives here or our sergeant come across a blank cork board in the office, there might be something to do over there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like one of these?
Like one of those. Like one of those. If you want to take the time, if you want to take the time in character to say, hey, I want to set up my beautiful minds board, I might have some resources for you.
All right.
But I'm not gonna just give it to you because I want it to be Caleb O'Connor and whoever else smoking a fucking cigarette and stressing over it.
This isn't gonna fucking.
So
I think I had it on that couch last time.
without further ado, small piles of dirty, street-blackened snow hide on the shoulders of 7th Street Northwest. The four of you stand idly on the sidewalk outside of Cacao, your breath visibly hanging in the air. Inside, Curtis Collins enjoys finishing his coffee. Outside, your cars wait. It's 11 o'clock at night. 8 more hours remain in your shift. What would the four of you like to do? Now, I will say that you have basically had 2 weeks, because we did skip that week, to think, oh shit, did we miss any questions with Curtis? So if any of them pop in your head at this point, he's still in there. He's sipping his coffee. He's available.
I just remember we made the conclusion, let's show him censored version of these files, see if he can make any identifications.
Yeah.
Which we don't have. I think the plan is to, unless anyone has any questions now, just wait for the day shift to finish their own investigation, then we can give them the files.
Yeah.
I'm getting back in Roy's car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to head out. I get back in my car.
Mhm.
Sure.
Where are you guys heading?
Back to the station.
Back to the station?
Yeah.
I want to go in the car too, but I also want to, like, is Curtis getting ready to leave?
No, it looks like he's just still in there, finishing his coffee.
I want to say to Caleb, you want to wait and see what car he's getting into here?
Do you have a town map in the glove box?
Of course I do.
All right, I just want to whip it out. I'm looking at the map. Got the full
Fold
big
out.
ass map.
It's
Yeah.
like the 8-panel fucking fold out.
I'm not watching Curtis.
Okay. 5 minutes?
5 minutes, looks like he gets up,
Okay.
pays for his check, walks outside, and you see the car that he gets into.
What's he driving?
It's a...
License plate number?
You do have the license plate number. I will say that for the purposes of being able to cross-reference, you do have the license plate number.
All right.
L...
Oh, you should have made it something cool, like I am a pedo.
Pedo life. No,
KIDZ L85
LUV
4711.
4711?
Yep, L85 4711.
And what kind of car?
It's a fuck, I don't
It's a white van.
know. It says free candy on the side.
He's really trying to get away from that life.
4711. It's a Ford Pinto,
Ford Pinto. All right.
black. Those are the ones that like exploded and Ford was like, We don't care. It was literally like this whole thing about how redesigning the gas tank for this car would be more expensive than paying off the lawsuits of people who got killed by it.
Oh my god. That'll be an investigation for another day.
All's fair in love and war.
Yes.
As they say.
All right, yeah, I'm content if you're content.
All good?
All right.
Everybody making their way back to the station?
Yeah.
So, with a interview concluded, you make your way back to the Linwood Falls Police Department, parking your cars, getting out, stepping up into the police station, make your way down to the violent crimes unit. Lieutenant Longo is there. He sees you enter. How did it go?
Went pretty well. It was a little dry, can't lie. But tomorrow, we're gonna, once the day shift finishes up the investigation of the files that, well, they've been working on, we want to show Mr. Collins a censored version of this report, see if he can identify any locations, maybe photographers even.
What'd you end up asking him?
If it was normal for people to be transporting pictures through stuff like grain, things like
Oh,
that.
he said he had never heard of anybody doing trading grain.
And I remember there was a question about, is it outside the realm of possibility for someone in this circle, if someone was like uppity or like going to talk to police or something, to have them killed?
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of the questions.
And he said it could be common.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where we got on the thing about like maybe somebody was out to get.
Yeah, I mean, if it's powerful people in these networks, you know, like they would have the resources to somehow reach down to a bar owner and get some random kids to, or what, you know, whatever.
Perhaps.
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 It's a one big perhaps.
It is a big stretch, though, if you think about it, because it'd be
Oh, it's a huge stretch.
knowing that he has very fucked up lungs, that one punch to his chest is going to kill him.
Oh, yeah. It's a big stretch, but we've confirmed that it's powerful people that are in
Yeah.
these circles, so you don't know what their domain of influence is in,
Knows
what
them
industry they're in, you know.
Aliens.
But if that was their way of having that guy killed, then like I feel like Mark would have known, right?
Mark was with
But
three
there
other
was
friends
some-
that we have yet to identify.
But actually, you two got their names.
Or
Oh yeah,
friends'
we
names.
got their name.
I mean, yeah,
We
but even
interviewed
then,
Mark
it's like-
Nicholson.
It's not like he said that like
previous
anyone
session.
told him to punch the dude.
I mean, listen,
I mean,
it's
he could be lying, but
the play that set up the checkmate to kill him could have been days before, you know, like conversations before
Yeah.
anyone walked into the bar. We don't really know. It's up in the air, but it's not confirmed that it wasn't that, so we have to leave it open.
I think even if it, like, that is obviously a huge stretch, right? These guys knew he had a heart problem. They knew you could get a kid to punch him, and that, you know. But I think it's still worth to talk to the kid's friends, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
it
going
does
to be in a
seem
way
weird.
better headspace than the dude that just killed some guy, you know?
Yeah.
And if they're not, they're
Well,
real
not even
sketchy about
they're
it.
not even his friends, apparently. That was the whole.
Yeah, just some kids from school.
Mark didn't know if they had any siblings.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we could assume that they weren't the best of friends. That for some reason he was trying to get in with their little squad. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, what you basically explain the questions that you asked to Curtis Collins, and Longo says, "Did he ever associate with your perp here, Bobby Tillman?"
No association, no affiliation. We do have a couple more leads that we could pursue. Mark's friends who were with him the night that he killed Bobby Tillman.
Kind of gives you a quizzical look. What do they have to do with this?
Well, for starters, they're witnesses. Second of all, they were affiliated with, perhaps unintentionally, but affiliated with Mark, who punched and killed.
My
they also fled.
my understanding is that the murder of Bobby Tillman is closed. Ray, you told me that. Is that the case or no?
It's the murder of Bobby Tillman is closed, but Bobby Tillman was clearly involved in some larger child pornography rings, and that, sir, is an open case.
What basis do we have to go on that these kids are involved?
The lockbox we found in his.
No, I'm saying
possession.
Mark's friends. That's my point. Is that what I'm basically seeing here is that 2 of my detectives are going around harassing kids that don't have any connection to this yet.
Lieutenant, all due respect, I think that you could see some potential motivation, maybe not significant, but motivation in attacking Bobby Tillman, to say the least. These are children. Talking about here, high schoolers. Hopefully, God forbid, one of Mark's buddies, one of these kids' friends, are affiliated with these children that we have these pictures from. We just learned from Mr. Collins that these pictures could be a decade old even. Slight motivation. I don't disagree that we're hanging from a thread, but it is something.
Roll persuade.
77 on a 60.
No. Look, if you get any other leads that connect these kids to this, sure. But if you're going to go around harassing minors on what you admit are threads, look, I can't abide by that. I can't. That's a bad look for our department. Just hang on a little bit. I trust you. I do. But you need a little bit more before you start knocking down doors for kids. Especially when you admit that the murderer Bobby Tillman is closed.
Curtis said that it's likely that somebody in this ring could possibly have somebody murdered. Somebody died in such an unusual way. Maybe somebody wanted you to look away from it because minors are the people that murdered Bobby Tillman. It's exactly what they want.
Roll persuade.
56 on 60.
All right, this is outside the realm of our police department, and yeah, we're treading new ground here. We don't deal with a lot of pedophiles here. If Curtis told you that people in power in these rings can have people killed, okay, all right, I get it. These kids were involved in the murder. But if you go through and you question them and they don't give you anything of substance, you're done with the kids, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he gives you a nod.
I hate to bring more problems into this, but we are on a clock still. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And if we think that these
Monday.
people... Tomorrow's Monday?
Tomorrow's Monday.
Fuck, scratch what I just said. I thought we started on a Sunday.
Nope. We started on a Friday.
Started on a Friday?
Yes.
Forget what I just said. Cut it all out. Never mind.
Damn, we're only 3
You gotta
days
gotta
in.
suck it back in. Okay.
Oh, I hated that.
No, I was looking for
No, but still, if we do think that...
I also am not gonna crack on Roy making his niece lunch for school on a Saturday.
Yeah, I swore it was Monday.
That's fair.
Whatever.
She needs lunch.
January 2nd, 1971 was a Saturday. Don't step to me, cuz.
Always step to you. So today's Sunday.
It's not midnight yet.
Okay.
It's the 2nd. Because yesterday was New Year's Day.
Okay. Does there happen to be an empty corkboard in the room?
Yeah.
All right. I brought that map in with me.
Yes.
From
My
Roy's
map?
car. Yes, your map. And I start to pin it up on the board.
Okay. So you pin the map that is small enough to fit on the corkboard onto the board.
So...
And you got some pins to match.
Wow.
They're not push pins. They're fucking detective pins.
Detective pins.
Multicolored.
Okay. So what Caleb is going to do is he wants to pin where both those body parts were found. Because I did have the Officer Gaines marked down where he found the jawbone.
Yes.
And then I want to show that if it is the same body, then we know that it was dumped before the fork in the river. And what we're assuming is, if we're thinking more logically, that it was dumped after the lake, that it didn't make its way through the lake.
So
So,
I mean, you know where the body was found. You went out there. It's in Slatterly Park, which is off to the right.
Yeah.
And the jawbone was discovered near like north of that golf course where it says Soldier Field in like the center bottom there.
Yep. So the assumption is that the body was dumped before the fork in that river, if two separate parts were found in two separate places. And we're then assuming that it wasn't dumped before, it was dumped after the lake, because it'd be weird for it to go after a lake. So almost narrowing down to that one stretch of river where the body could have been dumped.
Hey, give yourself a program point.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
If I haven't mentioned it already, we have the additional rule that I run called program points, which basically works like inspiration in D&D. You need to announce prior to the roll that you want to use a program point. You can put it in under your luck skill if you'd like to keep track of it, or anywhere else. Program points are rewarded for very impressive acts of roleplay, very deductive or smart detective work, or if you make me laugh.
It is noted that you gave me a point of inspiration for walking you home from a bar one time.
I do remember that. I really do remember that. That was in Wildwood,
It was.
and I didn't want to walk alone.
I can imagine how that went. It's like
Do you
real
do you
loud.
remember it distinctly?
Yeah, because you were hammered,
Go
and
ahead.
I thought you were
Go ahead.
super fucking drunk.
Go ahead and tell that story. I'd like to hear this story.
You were super drunk. I walked out of the bar. You were on like the curb, like with your head in your knees, and I was
This
like,
was exit 6.
yeah, and I was like, oh, like he's like really fucked up. And then I start walking, and we were in the middle of a different D&D campaign, and we start walking, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to like carry Joe home. And then I was like, oh, like, and then I was just making conversation. I started talking about D&D. Joe was dead sober the second we started talking about D&D. It was just a normal fucking conversation.
What?
He just wasn't drunk anymore. He was so fine to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
And I awarded you a point of inspiration for your deeds that night.
That was a quest right there. Escort Joe.
It was a
Safely.
side quest.
Yeah.
No, that's what his fucking mission prompt said. Mine said survive. Anyone else doing anything during this time as Caleb begins to set up this cork board?
Roy's watching him. He's just grabbed his fucking map out from his car, and now he's using it. Does April go to school with these kids?
No. You live outside of Linwood Falls.
Yeah, true.
How much of the book do I have left?
A decent chunk. Probably take you... What's your intelligence score?
70. Or, sorry, 14, right?
Yeah. Probably take you about an hour to bang it out. 2 hours.
All right, fuck it. Yeah. Start doing that. Sit at my desk and do that.
And with the water damage there, too, you're only going to
Mhm.
get up to a certain point. But yeah, gotcha.
Unless you had anything you wanted to do, would you want to come start searching?
Down the river? Sure. Why not?
I didn't mention the cemetery the first session, and we never went there.
We could go there. I'm down.
Seems spooky.
Is that after the lake?
So we're between here and here. Is where I
Okay.
want to search.
So what are you guys doing?
We're gonna go search, and we're gonna start at the cemetery. We're gonna search that spot of land. Do I know if a lot of it is unable to get to, or can you get to any point there?
You could pretty much get to any point on this river, at least that you've been to.
Okay.
Because this is a borderline metropolitan area. So this river, although it's a river, it's not like it's untraversable.
I don't know if it was blocked by like buildings and businesses and stuff like that back up to it.
Maybe, but you are an officer of the law, so
Mhm.
there's not a lot that you can't get to. You guys just want to go to the cemetery right now?
Yeah, sorry. What I kind of meant by that was like where like people wouldn't really be. Like you're not supposed to just be there. It's not like a park or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
where- yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's parts where, like, bridges go over and
Yep,
stuff like
okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm down to go.
Okay.
I want to turn to the other two detectives here, and so you're reading the book, Ray, right? What are you up to?
Nothing.
Okay, I want to offer it to these guys as well. We're going to, and I want to say it a little low because of the lieutenant. I'll say, like, just shout to both of you guys and then keep it low. Like, hey, we're going to the cemetery up river to see if there's any potential, appropriate locations for disposing of a body. If you guys wanted to come.
I think I'm gonna finish this here book. Maybe get some of the paperwork done before we go question these 3 other kids that witnessed the murder. But if you want to go, Jerry, you can. I'll just be doing busy work.
Yeah, I'll come with.
All right.
So the 3 of you get in whose car?
I'll drive.
I grab a map out of my desk.
Fucking map collector.
Roy smiles.
Out of his book. Make your way to Sergeant Roy's car. Get in. Drive to the cemetery. Is relatively quiet. You get there. It's a gated cemetery, and you can see. I mean, even just like looking at the map, it's on the other side of the river. So at one point you have to cross over south of the cemetery, and it's one of those classic bridges that kind of just go over. You drive over, make your way up, take a left, and you're at the cemetery. Gated cemetery, currently closed, but it looks like the creek that runs off and the river that's there is independent of the actual cemetery.
Yeah, you can kind of walk around the gates.
Yes.
Okay.
So what are you looking for in particular out here?
A specific spot where it seems like where you could... Okay, so if we're parking a car and having to walk a good distance, then I'm assuming that it's not a spot to dump a body. Nobody would drag a body this far. Well, actually, a little kid's body might not be that bad. But it did take 3 people to carry his wetness.
That's because he was some soup.
Yeah, that was to avoid turning him into soup.
It didn't work, though.
It didn't work.
Roll search, if you'd like.
All of us?
Yeah, fuck it. Go ahead. Go crazy. I don't give a shit. Fuck it.
Yes. Chubb's rolling.
Psych.
Not you. Yeah, roll read for me, you fucking nerd.
I got a fucking 7.
28 on a 40.
91.
You stink.
Roy's looking around, but, I mean, just as you two approach, Jerry and Caleb, it's apparent this is a tough spot to dump a body.
Okay.
Just because you have to get through thorny brush, and even if you did dump it, you can see across the river from here, and you can see businesses and stuff that their lights are on, and you can see people walking from this distance. It seems like an odd spot if this is the dump spot.
Okay.
Impossible? No. Likely? Also no. You have a feeling that this isn't it.
Can I walk up to where the train tracks cross over? Is that train tracks?
Yeah.
South of the cemetery?
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk, but yeah, you can make your way there.
Up along the tracks, does my old theory spark anything in me about somebody dumping this from the train tracks?
It's raised up high above the water. I mean, yeah, they could have.
Okay.
It's not outside the realm of possibility. It's not like there's it's a closed track bridge. You know what I mean? It's not closed. It's open.
Are we all just like outside right now, just at this cemetery, just like...
Yeah, outside the gates, looking around near where it touches or it meets the river here.
Okay, looking on the map, I want to see down a little bit, and there's that road that kind of almost interconnects.
Yeah, that's the road that...
The bridge?
That's the road that you came across to get to the cemetery. That's the bridge that you came across.
Heading back over there, could I check that way?
Looking for what, particularly?
Somewhere where you can just park a car easily and take a body out. Somewhere where you don't have to walk a half mile to drag a body.
Seems like there's not a good spot, at least where you are. Not that there's not a good spot, but not like, this is the spot.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can I say, like...
Because the embankment for the river extends a far distance to the point that, yeah, anyone could have driven up and parked and, stuff like that. There's not one particular spot that you feel is of note, carrying over your search check.
Yeah.
I want to look around. Is there anyone, like a gravekeeper, maybe?
No, like I said, you're looking over through the gate The gate's
Nothing.
closed. You don't see anybody walking around.
Okay.
They might have security, but you're not sure.
Well, I want to turn to Caleb then. I know, like, Roy knows that he can't see shit right now, and he's just like, fuck it. He rolled a 91. So he walks over.
It's
to,
more like you don't get it. Like you don't understand the idea for
what we're
you're-
looking for.
I mean, obviously you know you're looking for a dump spot, but you're like, I don't really see it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
So I want to walk up to you two, and what do you guys got your eyes on right now? You think this is a good
Absolutely
spot?
nothing.
They're-
Guys, what are we gonna get out of this?
Where they put the body, where they're gonna put
And
another.
then what?
What if they put another body here?
What, were you gonna stake it out?
Why can't I?
You're gonna just sit here? You're gonna live here for? How do we know when the next time a body's gonna get dumped?
Can happen whenever.
You're gonna stay here 24/7 until it happens?
If I need to. Why
I don't
does
think this is right. I don't
nobody
think
want to
that we
help?
should be
Let me
here.
ask you this, Caleb. You don't think this is a good spot for a body to be dropped?
No, I think that somebody doing it. Somebody.
Then why the fuck are we here? What, we go somewhere else? We go down the river. We find what, tire tracks? Let's go back to the trailer
if
park.
you
let's
don't
let's
think-
talk to people.
If you don't think this is a good spot, what made the trailer park so appealing to you?
Oh, nah, nothing. It didn't. There was nothing.
Sergeant, what are we doing here? I feel like I have nothing to do here. There's.
All right, come
Let's
on.
go talk to people.
We're going to the trailer park.
Just. Let me keep walking. Give me 20 minutes.
20 minutes. No, I'm sorry. This is the same night
After
with
what
the trailer
you guys
park.
told me you found at the trailer park or you saw at the trailer park, why can't we should just go back there? We're just looking at thorns and fucking buildings.
Well, then come pick me up later.
Fine, let's go.
How far away? How long is it going to take to get to the trailer
Whose
park?
car are
from
we
here?
in?
By foot?
By car.
10 minutes.
Let's go.
I want to. Can we talk for a minute? You keep looking, Caleb.
Looking for rocks.
Just for fun?
No. Big rocks.
Oh.
Big river rocks.
I'll keep that in mind.
I want
If a
to.
rock.
Look, between you and me, I think we're pulled aside away from Caleb right now. Something happened at that trailer park. That
Which is why I want to go there.
it happened tonight, and this dude's off the tracks. Caleb, I mean, we should not bring him.
Where did he go? What did he see?
He walked.
And why aren't what? Did you talk to anybody?
You're the first person I'm talking to. Who could I tell? The lieutenant? And then get him off the job? I'm not fucking him over like that. For now, at least. Look, I don't even feel comfortable leaving him here alone.
What did you do and what did he see?
All we did was walk around that fucking trailer park. He walked upstream along the river. I didn't see that part. I saw some of it, not the whole thing.
And you didn't confront him or anything?
Come on, man. You know him to some degree like I do.
Jerry's gonna take out a cigarette. He's gonna light it up. Hand you one.
Yeah.
Light it up.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around. I'm walking back towards Caleb.
Between the cemetery and that road that I was looking at, you got. I don't know if it was just part of the map, but there's two little buildings here.
Between the cemetery and that
Bridge.
north or south?
South, right under the train tracks. There's those two little buildings. Looks like buildings.
No, that's topography.
Okay.
Looks like there's hills.
Any good viewpoint when I get on top of this hill?
Do you go down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a decent walk.
Mhm.
Looks like a scenic overview. You can see a decent amount of the city from this point, including the river. You can see upstream pretty far.
How far are we looking? Can I see past the cemetery?
Yes, you can see over the cemetery and you can see the edge of the lake.
Any roads that come close to the lake? That way?
Not that you notice immediately from this viewpoint.
Do I see any rocks?
When you were looking for rocks?
No.
Now? No. It seems like the river edge composition at this point is more gravel, more sand. The farther north you get, the more it becomes larger rock outcroppings. And also, on either of the forks, when it goes south, that's where the edges of the river are more rocky outcroppings. In between the fork and the lake, it's mostly gravel and sand.
I'm noticing that up here.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Do I walk up to Caleb?
Yes. As he's coming down the hill, you kind of step up the hill and you guys kind of meet awkwardly on the decline. Or the incline,
I'll walk
depending.
up, kind of be behind you, Jerry.
Take out a cigarette and I offer you one.
I got my own.
What'd you see at the trailer park?
No, it's spot. Could have been good. Could have been nothing.
What did you see?
The river. Rocks, and then I thought about it, and I
You saw rocks?
don't know if a body's getting through that lake. It's probably smarter to search down here. But
now you want us to stick down here now?
I don't know. You think there's something at that trailer park? Did you want to go back?
I'm asking you, Caleb. What did you see there?
I just saw the river. A good place to look. I looked here enough. If you guys want to
Sergeant said you've been acting funny.
funny
What did you see at that trailer park?
trailer park, I saw a dead kid yesterday. And we have a box full of
What is
child
your
porn back
obsession?
at the station.
What is your obsession here?
I think anybody's going to be acting funny. Are you guys okay?
I'm not doing all right.
Sorry that I'm searching a fucking river. I want to find a body. Something else. We found teeth by searching the river. What if we find something else from this kid?
Are you content with your search in this spot right here in this cemetery?
I mean, if we want to go back to the trailer park, I'll go. I'd go.
Why were you so content on staying here?
I just want to
5
find
minutes ago.
something.
I walk away and go to my car. for
Anything.
something.
Yeah, me too.
You don't think that there's other kids out there right now? Trapped? That need us? We gotta hurry up with this. We gotta find something. What do we have? We have nothing.
You just seem very obsessed with this river right now.
It's where we found a dead body of a 12-year-old.
And so we're just going to keep finding dead bodies. Over and over again. We got to go talk to people.
I fucking hope not.
At that moment, the two of you standing on this hillside overlooking the city, this moment of silence hangs in the air for an uncomfortable amount of time, and the two of you look off in the distance, and up in the sky, the stars spattered like a painter that kind of flicked their paintbrush. You see, streaking across, a shooting star. Only for a moment, only a glimpse. And the silence returns.
What do you want to do, Caleb?
I guess we can head back to the car. I don't see anything here.
All right.
Making your way back to the car, meeting up with Sergeant Roy McNeil. The three of you are back at the car. What would you like to do?
Let's go to the trailer park.
Who is going to the trailer park?
All three of us.
I turn and look at Caleb.
Did you want to? Did we want to question people there? Talk to anybody?
Is this the same? This is the same night.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I forget. Are we dressed like
So,
cops?
I'm sorry.
I don't think we are.
No, detectives are typically in plain clothes.
Okay, and
You have your badge, whether you keep it on your chest or your hip. It's up to
Okay.
you. But
So, Jerry, does he know about like the people around the barrel fire? Does he like? Is it all he's got right now? Is that you guys went there? When he went up the river and then came back to acting funny?
we've set the assumption. We've set the assumption that if the four of you are together, you're catching each other up on what happened.
yeah.
Unless we want to redact that, which I'm cool with. I just want to have a consensus from the table because I'm just saving that. Oh, I catch everybody up on what. Me
So
and
I
my
know
partner
about
were
the
doing.
barrel people, and then like,
Is that the case?
the weird conversation that was happening in the trailer that you guys were near? Right?
Is that the case?
So you would have known about the barrel people, the weird conversation that him and I had. You just learned about.
Okay, yeah.
So Ray doesn't know. Lieutenant Longbow doesn't know.
So we'll say, for the sake of moving forward, at this point, you guys are catching each other up if the four of you are all together on case pertinent activities.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I turn on my car, and we start driving over to the trailer park.
Detective Hoyt, you're going through these chapters like nobody's business. There you go.
He's reading the book. Oh my god.
Nah, it's the Wikipedia.
He's already. No, you're
close.
already.
I
Through
got the
it.
Spark Notes.
Yeah,
up.
he just read the whole entire book.
So I'll say at this point, even with the water damage, it's not completely illegible. You can still make out the bits and pieces. You originally thought that the water damage was a lot worse than it actually is as you're going through it. The words are faded. They're not invisible. So you are able to actually get through this whole book without the help of any kind of outside sources or having to get the book from another place. And I'll say, for this sake, considering your intelligence score, you've gotten through the book
And I find
in its entirety. You have access to any information that you can find on the book on the web, particularly the Wikipedia page for it. I'll allow you to have the information based on that.
I will read through it all. Can you just quickly tell me and for the listening party, quick summary of like what's the end, how'd it wrap up kind of thing?
Essentially, the whole book is framed as if it's a autobiography from this guy. It's a professor. He explains his obsession with this young girl who he eventually becomes her stepfather. He refers to her privately as Lolita. Eventually, as the book goes on, her mother dies and he takes sole custody over her. He is sexually obsessed with this child. As time goes on, he eventually goes on the run with her, kidnaps her, molests her on the road. The book ends essentially in a situation where she is admitted to the hospital. He goes in to collect her, and the nurse practitioner there says she's already been picked up by her uncle, and he never finds her. For 2 years, he looks for her, can't find her anywhere. Eventually, she sends him a letter saying that she's pregnant, she needs money. He goes there, sees that she's got a life all set up for herself.
And it was legit her uncle.
No. It was
Okay.
another man who was essentially doing the same thing that
Yeah.
he was doing. The book's contents are not explicit. It's a work of literature. Discomforting, but it's literature. The main themes from the book are kind of whatever you can pull out of it. It's mostly about obsession and framing that and mental illness and stuff like that, but it's hard for you at this point in time to pull any connections from the book's contents to your case.
Other than the similar themes.
Yes.
obviously. Okay. I'll digest all of that and read the page later. Finishing the book. Can I... whatever check you want me to roll. I want to kind of investigate, maybe based on how weathered it is. I know there's water damage that affects the whole back half, but just, stains, like first outside and then inside, ripped pages, corners bent in, things like that to maybe indicate, oh, this has been through the ringer. It probably has been around for 10 years or like...
Roll search.
Yeah. 77.
On a
40.
Tough to tell. It's tough to tell if this damage to the book was from its previous owner or if it was inherited in this fashion, whether or not the water damage is because it was left in a damp place or whether it was carried around a lot or whether it was thrown out of a window or anything like that. It's tough to tell exactly how this damage was incurred.
Okay. And I guess I would assume if that's a crit fail, I don't see any pattern per se with why the water damage happened in like the sections that it did.
That's something that you have been paying attention to through your read through. No, it seems random.
Okay. And there's no other external markings throughout the book?
No, there are no highlights or even like bunny-eared pages or anything like that, or no notes in the margins, no nothing.
Okay. All right, so I want to write up a summary of what I read and maybe kind of just detail how it parallels to the evidence that what we found on our subject, and then proceed to kind of I just want to digest that and also start doing the paperwork for what we're going to have, my daily paperwork, as you say, and then which will include going to interview these 3 kids. Just kind of get that done. I kind of at this point, I think Ray feels he's not at a dead end. He's just it's getting a little viscous and thick trying to wade through shit now. So he kind of feels like maybe I'm going to do what I know is in front of me, which is some necessary paperwork, prep to interview some people and wait to see what my team brings back as leads. Maybe they bring back some gold. Who knows?
Gotcha. All right. You guys making your way to the trailer park. Eventually you pull up, and it's the same scene that Roy and Caleb already encountered.
We are pulling up in a different car?
Yes, because originally you were in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there still a little fire going?
How far up do you pull up?
I pull up.
I pull up.
I pull up pretty far. Pretty, like, consciously far away from where I saw the group of guys.
Okay. So basically that if you were to see them again, you would encounter them on foot?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. You park the car, get out, 3 of you step out. I know I'm kind of harping on this, but what exactly are you guys wearing?
I'm wearing a black button-up jacket on top, like a brown kind of, not leather, but it's like a brown
Canvas?
Yeah.
Like a Carhartt?
Yeah, Carhartt. Got some jeans on, some like dark gray jeans.
I think at this point, probably still wearing like slacks, I guess. But knowing that I was gonna go want to run around by a riverside in January, I probably have a pretty thick jacket on, like a blue coat. One of those like almost like you would wear to like go skiing, with one of those thin hoods in the back.
Like a parka?
Yeah, it's not like it's like a canvas material. Mm-hmm.
I just have like the pea coat on, like black dress pants.
Mm-hmm.
I look like a dick when it comes to like being in a trailer park.
Any of you
It's like,
actively
what is
have
this, dude?
Any of you actively have your badges visible?
No.
Mine's probably under the.
Yeah, mine's probably like in like a coat pocket type thing. I have a lot of like dress clothes on.
Okay. You guys make your way up to this trailer park. I've already described it in detail. Impoverished, it's bad condition, run down, bunch of prefab trailers that are kind of set up. Yeah, you like that shit?
Yo, at one point it says Lolita seduces the professor.
What? It's a horrible, horrible book, and it's literally like it's the book that like historians look back on and be like, this is how they fucking thought about shit back then. This is fucking evil, vile, horrible.
What year was
shit.
this written?
I want to say like
Publication date 1955.
Still not a crazy.
The
far off from
author
where
is
we're at.
Russian, but it's a French publication written in English.
living conditions are bad. It's run down, and you see still huddled around the barrel, fire, flames licking up, 3 wise men standing around. What is your intention here, and what are you doing?
I want to announce it to these guys too. I'm going to where Caleb started his search, and I'm finishing where he finished his search. which was, I assume, the south side of the stream on the trailer park, as north as it could get. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Got your back. Wherever you want to go.
All right.
I'm gonna just snoop around.
Go for it.
Roy, you're making your way basically on the. You're going nuts.
It's just like wild, man. It's like an AI generated story.
Oh, God.
Roy, you're making your way through basically following the trail that Caleb led on. Caleb, what exactly are you doing?
I'm not really speaking. I'm kind of just following them. There could be some not too great people here. So I'm here for backup right now.
Okay. And Jerry, what exactly are you doing? I know you say snooping around, but are you looking for anything in particular? Anything that you're gonna kind of focus on?
I'm walking around. Was I? I was told about the weird noises in the trailer, right? And they were closer to the river.
It was a conversation in the trailer between a woman and someone else.
Can I
If
go
we were
towards that
talking
trailer
about it
and eavesdrop?
together, I probably mentioned that it was weird.
Okay.
I want to go towards that trailer.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way towards that trailer, which is where you're starting where he ended, correct?
Yeah, and then working our way
Yes.
backwards.
So essentially, you guys all step to the same place, off to the side, behind this one trailer where, and like I said, it was like 30 yards between here and the edge of the water.
I don't want to be in the line of sight of these three wise men, though. Not yet.
Purposefully keep off to the side, kind of have to cut through the backs of a couple trailers, but make your way there. You guys begin walking up from that path. Jerry, you are behind with this trailer that caught Caleb's attention. You guys make your way up. Same path that Caleb's already been on. Walking around. Not much pops out to you. Nothing sticks out. Nothing alarming, alerting.
As I'm looking around, I know Caleb is behind me, and as I'm like looking, I want to be talking to Caleb, and I want to say, "Look, Caleb, I just want you to know that I trust you to, with my life. I'm sure you know that. I just think for the sake of keeping each other on the same page here, that's why we're back here. Do you get that?"
Yeah. Yes, I understand. I trust you. Mine as well. I just, I'm sorry. I need something. Anything. There's more out there. There's more children. It's not over. Sitting there, sitting at a diner while they're there suffering. It's hard to take.
Trust me, I get that. And I'll tell you, if these three boys are tied to this in any way, I got half a mind to side with them for getting their way. But for the sake of Jerry getting on our page, Ray eventually getting on the same page here too, that's why we're back here. Do I see anything?
Your continuation of the search throughout this conversation does not yield anything of note. Jerry, you're still back there. Is there anything you're looking for in particular? Is there anything that you're doing specifically?
I want to listen. Do I hear anything?
You go to the trailer?
Yeah.
Walk the 30 yards.
Being stealthy though.
Roll
not
stealth.
Oof. 45 on a 20.
But you said oof before they landed.
You feel pretty stealthy as you walk up to behind the trailer, lean your head up against. There's no lights on within the trailer, but you don't hear anything.
Any windows?
There are windows, but it
Yeah,
seems
I
like the
can-
curtains are drawn.
Any little thing I can peek into? Like a little rat? Just peeking at little things that maybe I shouldn't be peeking at.
There's a point
But
where
I am
where
anyways.
the left and right side of the curtain kind of meet, and you can see through the slit in the middle, but it looks pitch black in there.
Okay. Can I go around like the back?
You are in the back. It backs up against.
That barrel fire is still happening?
You kind of look over to the side of the trailer off the actually off the right side of the trailer looking through, and you can see it.
And it's how late?
11 o'clock. At this point, it's probably 11:30.
Do they strike me as homeless?
Roll human intelligence.
59 on a 71.
More than likely, yes. Whether homeless or maybe they're staying in a tent or something like that, but they don't seem to be residents of the trailers here. You get that feeling based off of, like, you can look at their shoes, and their shoes are really beat up, and like the one has like his left, like the front end of his boot is like curled up. You know what I mean? Some of them have rags on their hands as well.
How far, my boys?
You lost sight of them.
I want to try and find them.
Okay, you begin making your way back there. Once you guys reach where Caleb originally began his search, what do you guys do?
Looking for Jerry.
Turn back. You guys meet about halfway on that path. You see them. The river is rushing by on your right side.
Anything on your end?
Nothing, not really. Those people are definitely homeless, though. I mean,
Shit, they're homeless?
they seem homeless. I mean, maybe they have a trailer around here, but
I take a
they're
look.
still
at it.
outside. Don't you think it's pretty cold?
Can I tell that? Can Roy tell? Roy did not. I didn't. I guess I didn't. I wasn't inclined to check it to see if they were homeless. Does Roy know that they're homeless?
If Jerry goes through and points out the signs,
It's obvious.
it's more like you saw it before, but it didn't really click. You see that they have like rags wrapped around their hands. One of them has an eye patch that's made out of like a rag.
We got the stream right to our right.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, the stream's off to your right if you're looking towards the direction that you originally started your search from. The stream's to your left if you're looking back at the trailer. Yes, you're able to discern that they're probably homeless. Homeless is a weird word.
Yeah.
You can tell that they probably don't belong to any of these trailers just based off of the fact that if they're out here at 11:30 at night in the freezing cold, why?
Saturday night bonfire. No, just play.
Just cracking open some cold ones with the boys. That's all.
Yeah.
Jerry is gonna reach into his coat. Got like a $20 bill. I'm like, maybe ask him a couple questions. I'll offer cigarettes first.
Beautiful idea.
We gotta be safe about it though. Ready? Guys ready to go? Alright, let's go. Start walking towards them.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Making your-
assuming we all have our guns on us, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are holstered
Yes.
between who has a chest holster or a hip holster. That's up to
Would
you.
I don't want it to be like I'm not like walking up like almost open
your coat,
carrying at
your
these
coat
guys.
would
Okay.
carry it, cover it no matter what.
Okay.
You guys are not trying to be stealthy in any way, right?
No.
Making
just
yourself
trying
known.
to- yeah.
Walking up. Okay. Eventually walking up, making your way up. Three guys kind of look over towards you.
I want to preface it as we're walking up. Just know I did make eye contact with these folks
Okay.
earlier today.
How close are we?
At this point, probably about like 30 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of say, like, how you fellas doing? We don't want any trouble. Just want to ask you guys a couple questions. We have a little bit of business in this area.
The one who you originally thought had an eye patch, you can see now that it's more like a bandage that covers his eye. Gray hair, streaks of white in the gray. He's got a really heavy coat on. He's got a scarf on, boots. He looks up to you, looks at Roy first, and then looks back at you. What business do you have here?
Take a cigarette out. Start handing one to you. You hand one to all the guys.
Roll persuade.
Oof. Yikes. Fuck. 82 on a 60.
Didn't like your cigarettes.
What kind of cigarettes are they?
Reds.
They were too shitty for the homeless guy.
He reaches his hand out, grabs a cigarette, puts it in his mouth, pulls out his own lighter, lights it up. The other two kind of start shifting a little bit behind him, and he looks still at you.
I want to like try like imagine like I'm really relaxed, you know what I mean? I'm just like I don't want to seem like I'm tense towards them or anything like that. Like almost like I'm warming up on the fire too. Like I'm one of them. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what's your guys' business around here? If you guys don't mind me asking.
It's my home.
You own one of these?
It just gives you like a long stare, just kind of looking at you.
What are they burning?
If you look in it, it looks like wood.
Okay. Listen, we just have. I'm gonna be straight with you. We are with the police. We have a situation here. Not here, but we're trying to figure out if it could possibly have anything to do with this trailer park. Like, is there any sketchy situations involved around here that maybe don't, like, not to do with drugs, but anything else?
Just gives you like this long stare still.
I take out a 20. I kind of like show it out and put it back in. Where that came from.
Reaches his hand out,
Give him a 20.
folds it up, puts it in his jacket pocket. For the most part, people around here, they keep them heads up above water. Nobody does anything. It's particularly violent. We're just trying to get by.
Get by. I got you. Any questions you
Do
guys
you
have?
ever have anybody come around here looking to give the three of you any work? Nobody offering any odd jobs?
No, I'd kill for some work, I tell you that much.
What about the folks in this trailer park? You been here a while?
Pretty much my whole life.
Good people here?
I'd be inclined to say so, yes.
A lot of older folks around these parts?
No. It's mostly the younger crowd around here.
What age are we talking?
Early 30s.
You know the people in these trailers?
I do.
Know them well?
Yeah, I'd say so. They're nice enough to me. At least me and my boys here get to stick around and not...
I look behind you. What about you two?
They're kind of quiet and they kind of like look over. Don't say anything.
Pull out a 20.
The one reaches his hand out, puts it in his coat pocket and walks away. The guy with the eye patch. You're out of your element here, I can tell you that much.
You ever see people come visit this river?
Not particularly for the river, but of course we have visitors.
You know the woman living in that trailer over there? I point to the trailer.
I do.
She have any kids?
He looks back to Caleb. Looks to Jerry. Sticks his hand out.
I pull out a 20. I'm Roy.
Grabs it, puts it in his coat pocket. She does.
Is that kid here right now, you know?
She's got two.
You know about the age?
Girl's young. 5 or 6. Boy's gotta be 12, 13.
When was the last time you seen that boy?
A while ago, now that you mention it.
Who's that boy's daddy?
Are you vocally getting aggressive?
Yeah. More persistent, I guess.
He kind of tightens up. What's this about?
We have a missing child. Trying to get to the bottom of it, that's all.
You think this boy's the missing child?
We don't know.
Can I read this guy in any way?
Roll human intelligence.
I just want to see if... I know it's hard to tell his intentions now, but maybe at surface level, if I could determine...
I think so far he's been genuine.
I think so too. 64 on a 73. Let's go.
Nice. You can smell it on his breath. He's drunk,
Okay.
but he does seem to be straightforward. Other than that, his intentions are... And you haven't really picked it up until this point in the conversation. He's kind of uncomfortable, especially by the fact that you've announced yourself as police officers. He's withholding. It's almost like at that point where you guys came up, offered him money. He answered a couple questions. Then he found out you were police officers, and he's like,
pressed now.
Yeah.
This is just an area we're starting at. We're looking all over town, if we're being honest. I mean, we're not trying to get anybody in trouble here.
You seem like good people, don't get me wrong. But this is none of my business.
You want to help finding out who did this to a child?
Not particularly, no.
How willing are you to get some work?
Roll persuade.
I like it.
56 on a 60.
Not particularly in the business of dealing with missing children, to say, but
We'll pay you to just answer our questions honestly.
maybe recall some memories about people around here. People that weren't supposed to be here.
How much money are we talking?
I take out another 20. I hand it to him.
He takes it.
Body was found in the river. That's why we're here.
I haven't seen anyone dump anything in the river in a while.
In a while?
Call it years.
What was it? What was dumped last time you saw it happen?
Trash.
I also want to say to you that it's in all four of our best interests here to focus on this particular case. What you did years ago, months ago, we don't give a shit about.
I figured that was the implication.
Is the third guy still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's up with you? I want to ask him. I don't like that you just sitting here listening to this.
Are you gonna give another guy $20?
What's up with
He's just like still looking, and then he turns back. I'll answer your questions. You leave my friends out of this.
Beat it.
Oh, you say beat it?
Yeah.
He looks towards the guy with the eye patch. Eye patch guy looks at him. The guy beats it.
Fucking dude. He just
Right
heard
in
all
front of us.
He just heard all that, bro. He's gonna go.
He's fucking cranking it.
That motherfucker.
My rat.
That motherfucker is gonna go around and tell the whole damn trailer park that the feds are here. God damn it.
That's not good.
No, not good at all.
I want to stop him. I just want to be like, hold up a minute.
He keeps running.
Running?
No, not running. Jogging.
Jogging? I start speed walking towards him. Hold up a minute.
The eye patch guy puts his arm out. I said, leave my friends out of this if you want honest answers.
How likely is he going to tell the rest of your folks what's going on here?
Well, if he tells the rest of my folks what's going on here, that's his business. Are we dealing with business here?
Sergeant.
Because you should
Sorry.
stay in your own.
Sorry. Let's get back to it.
Like I said when I started this conversation, you are out of your element, and I can help bring you into it.
Jesus.
But now you're playing by my rules. And it's just one rule, and it's all I said, is keep my folk out of it.
I don't think I got your name.
Charles.
You got a last name, Charles?
I did.
How old is Charles?
He looks old. Probably...
Charles, how long have you lived in Linwood
Awesome.
Falls?
Like I said, I've been here pretty much my whole life.
How long's that lady been living here?
About the last 9 years, I'd say. 9-10 years.
Name Bobby Tillman. Ring a bell?
Tillman. I can't say it does.
All right.
Okay, it's been a while since you've seen that boy. What about that girl?
Saw her the other day.
The two of them, do they happen to go to school? Do you know? Leave early in the morning, get back around the afternoon.
I'm not up that early, but based on her and his mother, I'd be willing to bet no.
Why do you say that about her? No, not trying to do anything to get you in trouble. Your people in trouble, I guess. I'm just...
Ask your questions plainly.
Would you think that she could be up to anything nefarious with her children?
I know she doesn't work. That's all I can tell you. For you to extrapolate information based off of that, that is entirely up to you, my friend.
Is there a dad? Is there a man living there?
I've seen a man stop by a few times.
Same man every time?
Yeah, I'd reckon it's their daddy.
How often do you come by?
Every once in a while, starting a couple months ago. Figured he was out of the picture for a while, tried to come back in.
Is there any way we could get description on this man?
Best I can remember.
Can I take the cigarette
Mm-hmm.
that was handed to me, and can I light it over the trash can and hand it to him lit?
Yeah. Hand it to him. Takes it. Best I can guess, he was late 30s. Medium build. Brown hair. Kind of stocky. Generic looking guy. There wasn't scars or tattoos or anything.
You've never heard a name?
No. Like I said, I'm not that nosy a fella.
And did he drive up to the trailer park?
Yeah, he did. He had a car, I remember it, red car.
We talking sedan, truck,
2-door.
something fancy, something that you wouldn't see in this trailer park?
Yeah, it was definitely out of place. I definitely put it out of place. It was well taken care of. Wasn't no dents or dings or nothing. Most of the cars around here, they're beat to shit. It's not hard to tell that.
Figure you don't have this man's name.
Like I told you, I never got his name.
The woman's name?
Lives in the trailer?
Yep.
Nancy Gossman.
Nancy Gassman. You don't know those kids' names, do you?
Boy's name is Ricky. I know that. He used to throw stones at us when he was younger. Motherfucker.
He always an arrogant kid.
As far as I can remember.
What about the girl? She's pretty young, but
Quiet. Never really see her. Don't play outside too much.
you see Nancy very often?
Like I said, she don't work. Doesn't step outside much. She'll come out, hang the laundry, shit like that.
This car, you can't remember the make, model?
You think I know makes and models of cars?
I don't know your past.
It's a good thing you don't. Anything else before I lose my patience here, boys?
Now that we brought up some strange behavior, we would say, is there anybody else in this trailer park that would alert you the same way?
On this level of suspicion that you have set?
Yes.
No. Like I said, these are good people. And I don't think that there's anything particularly suspicious about a man visiting his kids either.
Kid that you haven't seen in a while.
Dad must have taken custody.
We'll leave you.
Hell,
be,
I wish the
Charles.
girl got custody of. Like I said, she don't work. She doesn't do nothing. She's pregnant now. And I catch her ripping cigs on the porch. Living in a trailer park. I hope that dad brought that kid somewhere nice. Truth be told. You asked me earlier if I give a shit about finding a dead kid or anything like that. I do, okay? I do. Genuinely, in the goodness of my own heart. So if I can help, you know where to find me.
Take another 20.
Takes
Charles,
it.
thank you. Let's go. Start walking.
Anything you might need from us to make sure no one else knows about this conversation, Charles?
If you get a call from some upper middle class motherfucker complaining about some guy trying to sleep on the sidewalk, just do me a favor and ignore it.
Roy smirks. You got my word.
He gives you a nod.
Start walking away.
Yeah, I'll walk off.
Begin making your way off.
Little does he know, we're never gonna get those calls in homicide.
I lost my die. Hold on.
Total win here, dude.
With that, making your way back to the car outside of the trailer park, the night air is cold and it hangs in your lungs for a long time. And with that, we will pick up next session.
That was fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, that all could.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LFVCU, a Nasty Table production.